Do I have your attention? 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 Do I have your attention?
Is you taking notes?
Hey y'all, welcome back to SimplyFoodByTy. Look, I know the football season is about to start. I know y'all got people coming over to your houses, and I know they're sick and tired of eating fried chicken. So why don't you go on ahead, try this recipe, and impress the people, honey. Show them that you know what you're doing. Show them that you talk the talk when you walk the walk. Now go on ahead, sit back and enjoy this video on my Tandoori party chicken wings. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown of some of the ingredients that I have here. I have about 1.5 pounds of drumettes. Now, you can use whole wings. That's completely up to you, but these are party wings here. I have 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. I have 2 cups of non-fat, flavor-free Greek yogurt. I have ginger back here, and then I also have the tandoori paste. Now, this stuff is really potent, so I'm only going to be using 2 tablespoons of this. And it's also extremely salty, so be mindful of how much salt you're adding. You can always add salt to the dish, but you can't take it away. So let's first work on the marinade, because we're gonna need to put that on the chicken and then let that sit in the fridge for roughly about 5 to 6 hours, 5 hours minimum. So if you want, do this the night before, and then you don't have to worry about it, you know, trying to do it all on the same day. So let's go on ahead and jump on to making our marinade. Okay, so like I said, we're gonna go ahead and add in our salt, our black pepper. We're gonna do 2 squirts of our squeezed ginger here. I'm gonna do 2 of those. Now for this tandoori paste, a lot of tandoori chicken, as you guys may or may not know, it does have red food coloring in it. I do not need to add that in this because it is already in the paste. If you're getting a tandoori seasoning packet, not the paste, then you would need to add the red dye, but you can add a natural food coloring so that you're not adding any crazy stuff to it. But that is how they get that red coloring to the tandoori chicken. So I'm gonna do 2 tablespoons of this paste now. And then we're just gonna give this a nice mix, pour it over our chicken, and that's really it. This isn't really a hard thing to make. It's great for parties. And if you have a grill, it's also really nice to grill them as well, but I'm gonna bake these off in the oven. So that's 2 tablespoons of our paste there. So we're gonna put this to the side and now give this a nice mixing. You guys, this stuff smells so good. And as you can see, it's already turning bright red, which is lovely. So give that a nice mix. Now, if you're going to be using whole chicken breast or chicken thighs, make sure you take a knife and score the chicken. That way the marinade mixture can really seep into the chicken. For these party wings, because they're so tiny, you don't really need to do all of that. But if you're going to be using larger pieces of chicken, especially chicken breasts, make sure you're scoring the chicken prior to adding the marinade to the mix. So this is already nicely mixed together. So now we're gonna go on ahead and pour it over our chicken, wrap it up, put it in the fridge for 5 to 6 hours. And then I will show you guys how to make the dipping sauce, which I just like to make prior. That way it is resting and it has enough time to really gel together. Okay, you guys, so now we're gonna go ahead and add our marinade over top of the chicken. You're gonna have to get your hands in there, people. Wash your hands thoroughly, get your hands in there and get this chicken nicely coated. So that's perfect there. And now we're just gonna get this mixed in nicely. This chicken was thoroughly washed prior, and you wanna make sure that you're draining off as much of the chicken juice as possible so that this stays nice and thick. You don't want your marinade to get runny. So get that nicely mixed in. Alrighty guys, now that this is all wrapped up, we're gonna pop it in the fridge, leave it in there for about 5 to 6 hours, and then it'll be ready to go. And just so you know, that was 4 tablespoons of the tandoori paste, not 2. 4 tablespoons, not 2. All right, I'll see y'all soon. Alrighty guys, so to make our dipping sauce, all you need are these 3 ingredients. So this here is a coriander chutney. You guys, when I tell y'all this stuff is everything. It's great on fish, it's great on poultry, it's great as a dipping sauce. I'm telling you, this is the key ingredient to the sauce. Also, you're gonna be using some Greek yogurt. Now, anytime you're making a dipping sauce for something like chicken wings, I always suggest to use a whole milk yogurt. That's just me. You can definitely use the non-fat if you want to, but for me, honey, this is just the way to go. But baby, let me tell you, right here, this crema de Mexican, honey, this right here, if Dula Dollop de Daisy is the Nala of the sour creams, this right here is the Simba. You hear me? This one is the king. This is what is going to take our dipping sauce from about a 10 to about a 20,000. So this right here is my buddy. I'm telling you, y'all need to get yourself some of that and put some of that on some tacos and get rid of Daisy. Now this is a little bit more expensive, but it's worth it. But really quick, this is really simple. So what we're gonna do is put in 1.5 cups of our Greek yogurt. We're gonna do 1.5 cups. Now I don't really need to measure this stuff out by hand because I just kind of know how to do it. But yeah, that would be about 1.5 cups. Then you're going to do just a 1/2 cup of the table cream, the king of sour creams is what I like to call it. Yes, my God. Okay, set that over to the side. And then we're going to do 1 heaping tablespoon of our coriander chutney, which, as you guys can see, has this beautiful, beautiful green color. And we're just gonna give this a mixing. We're gonna add salt and pepper to taste, but first give it a mix. And put this in the fridge, you guys, and let it just sit there. Let it sit there for a few hours. While that chicken is marinating, you might as well just go on ahead and make your dipping sauce. Have it ready to go. And you're gonna be dipping your tandoori wings in this. This stuff is also good. It's just like a dip for like vegetables, but it's so good. Okay, so now I'm just gonna taste it for salt and pepper. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. I'm gonna add a little bit of black pepper. Oh my God, it's just so good. I might add me another tablespoon. I'm gonna add some salt. And I'm gonna go on ahead and add me just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Not even a full tablespoon. Maybe about a 1/2 tablespoon. Just about that much. So let's make that 1.5 tablespoons. Give this a mix, one final taste, and then that is it. Oh, this is just gonna be delicious. Okay, mix it up, mix it up, mix it up. Give it one final taste. Boom, boom, boom. That's it. That's it. I'm gonna wrap this up, put this in the fridge, put it to the side. We ain't gotta worry about the sauce now, so all we have to do now, y'all, is just bake off this chicken in a couple of hours. Alrighty guys, it has been about 5.5 hours. So as you guys can see here, I have a baking tray here lined with some aluminum foil. Now, whether you have a wire rack, a roasting rack like I'm using, or you don't have that at all, it's completely fine. Just put it on some aluminum foil, and then I say every after the 20-minute mark, just keep flipping it. That way it can gradually get crispy. But if you do have a wire rack or a roasting rack that you can lay the chicken on, that will help because the air will be circulating around the chicken, which will help you get that really crisp flavor. Now, we're gonna start putting our chicken on our rack here. You wanna let as much of the marinade drip off as possible. The reason we are using the aluminum foil on the bottom, of course, is to help us keep all the marinade from just burning to the bottom of the pan because we do not want that. So I'm just gonna line up this entire pan. Have your oven already preset to 350 degrees. If you have a convectional oven, of course, adjust it to your needing. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm just gonna line this whole pan up and then we're gonna pop these in the oven. Alright, so now that we have our chicken all nicely lined up on the pan, we're going to go ahead and pop it in the oven. We're going to start at about 30 minutes at 350 degrees. At the 30-minute mark, we will check it. just to see, make sure they're not sticking, make sure they're not burning. And then we will go in about 10-minute increments after that. All right, y'all, I just took these out of the oven. They have been in there now for exactly 45 minutes. So what we're going to do now is I have 2 tablespoons of some butter, unsalted butter, and I'm just going to go on ahead and brush the top of these bad boys. Just brush it on the top. Just brush it on the top. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Y'all, tell me these don't look delicious. You guys have got to try out this recipe. So after I finish brushing this butter on the top of these wings, what I'm going to do is put them back in the oven under the broiler for maybe 2 minutes. Now, everyone's broiler works differently, so this is something you want to keep an eye on. Don't set your damn house on fire talking about T.Y. told me to do so. So I'm going to put this butter on the top of these like so. And then I'm going to pop these back in the oven under the broiler for just a few moments, just to get some additional coloring, a little bit more of a crunch. But as you guys can see, that beautiful red color there that we all know and love when it comes to tandoori chicken is there. And I didn't add any extra food coloring to it. It got it all on its own. All right, so I'm gonna pop this back in the oven for a few moments, and then I will show you guys the plated version. And look at that. My God, on today. Just took them out from under the broiler for a few moments just to get that nice little char on it. Well, you guys, here they are. These are those tandoori party chicken wings, honey. Yes, yes, they're all done. And as you can see, I went ahead and put out the delicious coriander sauce that we made earlier. You guys, thank you all so much for tuning in today. I hope you guys try out this recipe, and if so, leave it down in the comments and let me know how you guys liked it. If you are new to my channel, welcome to Simply Food by TY. And to all of my returning subscribers, y'all babies know I love y'all so much. As always, y'all stay cute and take care. Bye, guys.
Simply Food by TY.